You a child-free business owner who tends to do everything but what you're supposed to be working on? Then keep watching. Hey, action taker. I'm Jennifer, the ultimate time freedom and intentional living coach for child-free business owners. In this video, I'm going to talk about procrastination and how it affects you and how being more aware of why you're procrastinating can actually help prevent it. But first, we need to have a little heart to heart. So come here, lean on in. I want you to know that just because you procrastinate doesn't mean you're lazy. Let that sink in. I'm going to say it again. Just because you procrastinate does not mean you're lazy. Okay? Let that sink in a moment. Breathe. Let that guilt melt away. All right. Now that that's out of the way, let's go. So I define procrastination as tending to do important things slowly, or you put things off until the last minute, or you're late finishing things, well, late with tasks and deadlines. I'm actually a recovering procrastinator myself. I was not natural at this. I did not originally have my ish together. And I had to learn through a lot of trial and error on how to create deadlines and get more done when I was own and operating two coffee drive-throughs. In case you didn't know, real quick, um, I was a barista and then cafe manager and then owned operated two coffee drive-throughs as my first career. And I loved it and got burnt out. But when I had the coffee drive-throughs, I realized how badly I procrastinated and how unorganized I was. And even though I had only ever used a paper planner, that business, my first business, was a reality check. And it made me truly understand deadline and how much I procrastinated. Part of that trial and error, I found a lot of common reasons why I procrastinated, why clients procrastinate, as I have learned how to not procrastinate so much. It happens once in a while now. It doesn't happen near as much, but now that I'm aware, it's so much easier to get back on track for me now. Some of the common reasons for procrastinating from what I've seen in clients and myself was that you feel bored. So it makes sense that if you think of an activity or you see it as boring or just unpleasant, you're way more likely just going to put it off until later because it hurts. There's that resistance, right? Yeah, don't want to do it. So this typically means that you're not actually doing the things that you enjoy. Not saying that there's a lot of things that need to be done that you don't necessarily enjoy as a business owner, but your brain is also not being challenged and you need to learn. And sometimes doing the things you don't necessarily enjoy, but if you know it's going to work towards your goals, those are the things you got to push through. That's a challenge too. Think of it as a fun challenge and remind yourself that if I do this thing, it gets easier each time and it'll get me closer to what I actually want to do. And then after a while, it becomes easier and it's not so bad. Another reason for procrastination is you don't believe in your abilities and you have a lack of confidence in what you're able to do. Believing that you can carry out certain tasks, it's so essential to functioning. It's essential to your business. It's essential for presenting yourself. If your confidence level is low, you're way less likely to begin the task or even finish it. Like for me, I had wanted to start a YouTube channel for a really long time, but I was just so scared to be on video. A lot of it was because of confidence, of course. And I don't know, I just started doing it and then it started getting a little bit easier and it started to become fun. And now it's a fun creative outlet for me. I know that whenever I create a video, I'm able to help somebody. If it's just one person, I'm like, that's just amazing that one person gets something out of a video like this. So it's knowing that on the other side of confidence is just getting closer and closer to goals. Another reason for procrastinating is you're doing a lot of obligations that don't align with your goals or the lifestyle that you want, especially if you're a people pleaser and you tend to say yes to everyone Are you a people pleaser? Do you tend to say yes to everyone but yourself? Have a look at your calendar or your to-do list or whatever you've got of your tasks and look at the different activities and count how many tasks are what you actually want to do for yourself and in your business versus what did you say yes to other people to not hurt their feelings or because you feel like you needed to or, oh, I want to help, they need me, that kind of thing. So when we're not aligned, sure, there's going to be obligations once in a while that we don't want to do. But if it's like a constant thing and it doesn't align with what you're going for, you're absolutely going to procrastinate. Another reason we procrastinate is because maybe you don't know where to start, especially if you're learning a new skill. Anything new is scary and you've never done it before, so of course you don't know how to do it and you don't know where to begin. And this can keep you stuck because you don't know what direction to go in. What's the first step? That first step is always the hardest. So once you get past that first step, you begin to build that momentum and then it gets easier and then you learn as you go. And next thing you know, it's no problem at all. Also, not knowing where to start can lead to fear and anxiety. For example, you might delay going to the doctor because you're scared of what they might find out, or you want to do a live video or do a workshop, anything outside of your comfort zone, and you just keep putting it off and putting it off because you have, and it starts to build up all this extra anxiety because you keep getting yourself worked up about it. That's just a lot of negative energy and negative thoughts that is a waste of energy. Whereas if you just go ahead and do it and just get it over with, like at least try, you'll feel better about it. Like I did because I was scared to be on video. And now it's like, whatever, I don't care. It's fun. It's for you. And not only does your stress level increase when you like get all in your head, it hurts your mental health. It can make you sick. So all this fear, it just does a number on your body. And then you're no good to anybody. And we need you. We need you and your expertise and what you can do and help whoever you can. And then, of course, social anxiety, especially as an introvert like me, you get really bad social anxiety. It's hard to push yourself outside your comfort zone, being around a lot of people, especially as an empath. You feel everyone's energy and it feels so weird. And if you know, you know. If you're an empath, let me know below. But yeah, social anxiety, it's no joke, creates a lot of fear and anxiety. And then the fear of feeling judged or embarrassed. So that can make you put off scheduling meetings or completing projects, especially since as a business owner, you have to put yourself out there like I do here on YouTube. But that's how you help people. That's how you get clients. So it's on the other side of fear is where we find success. Another reason that we procrastinate is perfectionism. Maybe you delay tasks because you believe that they won't turn out perfectly. It won't, if it's not perfect, it's a failure no matter what. Or you may put something off until you feel inspired or have a better idea, even though inspiration is more likely to strike once you actually take action. That's a whole other video though. So do you tend to be a type A? Do you tend to find yourself be a perfectionist? Done is better than perfect. I still feel like there needs to be a little bit of element of professionalism, but professionalism is different from perfectionism. Nobody's perfect. We're human. Especially nowadays, people want to see that we're not perfect because social media online just shows the highlights of our lives, right? So no one's perfect, no matter how much they may seem like it online or on the outside. Another reason for procrastination is distractions. Distractions in your environment. If your space is cluttered, it can prevent us from focusing on the task at hand, or you can't find stuff because you got papers piled up everywhere, or you just dread doing chores, any other task you don't enjoy. Find a way to distract yourself from doing it. For a while there, I would tweak my website constantly because I kept putting off the things I actually needed to do because I was nervous, scared. I didn't know how to do it. And I was still learning. It was still scary. And as you can probably guess, Our phones and tech in general are a great outlet for a majority of distractions. So even busy tasks are a distraction because they occupy your time and your energy, but they don't contribute to moving your goals forward. That's why when you don't feel productive or like you didn't accomplish anything by the end of the day, is because you've been doing busy work that has no value into what you're actually wanting to do. So you're tired because you put your energy somewhere else, mentally and physically. And we're not focused on the things that actually move us forward. It just creates a distraction with busy tasks. And busy tasks are typically things that are relatively easy. They offer instant gratification, like a really quick something I can write down on my to-do list and immediately check it off because I just did it. And it can make us feel productive, but again, it's not productive. It's busy work because it doesn't move you forward. So having this procrastination, it's going to keep you stuck. Like, do you feel kind of stagnant right now? Do you feel like you haven't gone anywhere or you've taken steps back? I know I had felt like that last year quite a few times. It increases your anxiety and stress levels because you're not moving forward. You're not where you thought you would be. So procrastination can actually take quite a toll on you and your work. It'll keep you stuck, whether it's in your business or from trying that new thing or creating that new service or product. What money are you missing out on because of that? It increases your anxiety and stress levels because you're just thinking about it and working yourself up. You begin to start feeling regret and guilt for not doing it on time and letting people down, which leads to the fear of failure. So you just don't start at all. Or you've got incomplete tasks and you begin to get really behind. And that means people start losing trust in you. You're not reliable anymore. And they'll stop, like clients will stop coming because they don't trust you. Or you're not going to be the go-to person because they don't trust you to get it done on time. So you start self-sabotaging and blow off opportunities because you don't want to be a failure for getting behind and letting that person down. And it's just a vicious cycle. And we've got to break that cycle. So now that you know what to be aware of next time procrastination creeps up, here's some tips on how to actually handle it. We want to take procrastination head on because the only way out is through. You're going to start setting achievable and realistic goals and mini milestones. We're going to have smaller tasks. You're going to think of goal setting in days and weeks instead of months and years. We're going to start very small and creating deadlines in such short of term, you'll be able to get more done and it gives you more of a sense of urgency. You'll also want to prioritize and plan your tasks, and I've got videos on how to do that as well. You can always connect with people who have done it before. That's what mentors and coaches are for. Even someone within your connections, even if they might know how to do that specific thing, there's a pretty high chance that they know someone who knows how to do that thing to help you get you started. You don't have to do it alone. It's okay to ask for help. And also find someone that can help keep you accountable, like a productivity coach. Just saying. And you also want to utilize rewards. Find something that inspires you and you get excited about, especially for tasks that are harder. It gives you something to look forward to. So when you're done doing it, and you're like, all right, like for me, I look forward to playing video games at the end of the day. Like all day today, I've kind of procrastinated on creating this video. But at the same time, I haven't felt that great the last few days. So this is really the first day I've started to feel better. I just kept giving myself excuses on not creating the video. But I knew I wanted to get this video done today. I get to do this video, and I'm so glad I finally am. And so as soon as I'm done with this, then I'm going to go play my video games. So even though this is a hard thing that I enjoy, it takes a lot of mental energy for me to show up like this. Video games, movies, going out and doing something. Find a reward that works for you. Those are rewards that work for me. And when you do those things, do them intentionally and don't feel guilty about it. Of course, you want to set the deadlines for yourself, and that's really good for helping you make progress. But sometimes I've seen clients, and I know I have done this too before. Sometimes we take the deadlines less seriously when we try to set it ourselves than if something is set by a boss or we have to do some client work. Because when you're in the corporate world, when you have a regular job, like those businesses, they have those systems and processes in place that to help keep you organized and trained, and that's all working in the background. So it's just something you don't pay attention to, right? When you have your own business, you got to put all that in place yourself. So until you're able to do that more and more and get more efficient and more organized, then it can be easy to procrastinate because you're by yourself. You don't have that immediate accountability. You have day to day, 8 hours of the day. It's time to start respecting the things that you want to accomplish. You want to make sure you start implementing these tips and start taking your own deadlines more seriously because they are important. You're important. It's for you, it's for your life, for this business you're creating. And that's so exciting. So, to recap, you can get more done and become a recovering procrastinator. So, next time you catch yourself procrastinating, ask yourself these questions. Am I bored? Am I not as confident as I'd like to be? Is this an obligation for someone else I really don't want to do? Have I done this before or done something similar? What am I scared about or why am I stressed? Is this good enough or am I trying to make it perfect? What am I being distracted by? And also experiment with rewards and reaching out to your network to see who can help you and take that first step. Find what works for you and run with it, because what works for me doesn't work for you. We're not machines and everything is customizable. We'll find something that works for you. So if you would like some support around preventing your procrastination, wow, that's a tongue twister. Preventing your procrastination. Hey. Check out this video on income generating tasks that you want to focus on, or book a call for a free consult with me. And the link is in the description below. And let's see how I can support you. All right. So always remember, you're not lazy. It's probably something else. And if you do want to be lazy, be intentional about it. So if you have any other questions, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.